first British royal to face cross-examination in court in more than a century.
It was a pretty gruelling occasion, I'd say, for Prince Harry.
Throughout nearly 5 hours on the stand, Prince Harry unleashed on the UK's powerful tabloid press.
He's been accusing the press of having blood on their hands, branded newspaper journalists the mothership of online trolling.
Harry's case? That Mirror Group newspapers used illegal methods on an industrial scale, including phone hacking, to score front-page scoops on his life.
That the British tabloid press has essentially ruined his life by intruding on his privacy, by ruining his relationships with girlfriends and members of his family and friends.
But how, argued the Mirror's lawyer, can Harry blame his hurt on articles he can't remember reading?
Prince Harry had to admit that no, in many cases he couldn't remember the first time he read those stories.
The publisher says Harry's claims are in the realms of total speculation, that the 33 articles were obtained by legal means, some had been published by other news outlets first. Asked to identify what evidence he had of phone hacking in specific articles, Harry said, why not ask the journalists who wrote them? But the onus is on Harry to prove his case.
He has to prove these articles were acquired, the information in them was acquired through nefarious, illegal means. He can't just be a wall of emotion and pain. He has to deliver more than that.
The Mirror papers have previously spent millions of dollars to settle hundreds of claims out of court.
It really needed one person like Harry, and he's probably the only person really rich enough and powerful enough to insist all was heard in court.
Prince Harry has declared it his mission to change tabloid culture, telling the High Court, our country is judged globally by the state of our press and our government, both of which, I believe, are at rock bottom. But will Prince Harry win his war against the media?
Lucy McDonald joins us now from London. Lucy, did Harry manage to give any concrete evidence to support his many accusations?
Well, there are 33 articles that he cited, and I think he only needs to, it only needs to have one article to stick, really, against the Mirror. So yesterday, the closest I think we got to a smoking gun was when he talked about some flight details that were leaked, and only his very close security guards would have known about that. And that's the only time I think we saw the very unflappable KC, Andrew Green, looking slightly hot under the collar. I mean, this was a long time ago, don't forget. So there's lots of speculation. How can things be remembered that far back? Of course, we haven't seen any evidence from the journalists yet. Lots of them not so keen to take the stand.
Well, Lucy, Australia also came in for a bollocking too as well, which hurts. We're such a hospitable nation. He said he had an awful time down here. Why is that?
Well, I think he was on a gap year and the paparazzi got hold of it. And he was supposed to be working, but actually stayed inside, sounding very depressed, actually, watching videos and television because he was fed up with the paparazzi coming after him. Now, he said yesterday this was the kind of thing he would have moaned about on the phone and in voicemails. But again, he was only with a couple of close security guards, so nobody else would have known about that. No one else would have known about those conversations. But of course, the other angle we have to this, as well as phone hacking, is informants. And we know from what Harry has said in the past that the palace is riddled with informants. So it's very hard to separate what's what.
The bit that caught my eye was, I mean, you expect him to have a go at the media. He did plenty of that. But he slammed the UK government. He said, like, it's at a real low point, which, as far as I understand, royals are just not meant to do. Has there been much of a response to that?
Well, is he a royal anymore? I mean, he's got a critical eye from across the Atlantic about what's happening here in the UK. And I don't think his opinion is actually that unpopular. You know, the UK is in dire straits. And I think Harry echoed what many people are thinking.
And what does the public make of all this?
Well, it's certainly dramatic. I think, obviously, Harry is a very divisive figure. Some people fall on the side of the traditional royals and that idea of royal protocol, never complaining, never explaining. And Harry, with this kind of slightly more LA approach now, he's obviously had quite a lot of therapy. He wants to get in touch with his feelings. He wants to talk about things. I think some people don't like that. But actually, I think when you put Harry against the press aren't popular in this country. I mean, the News of the World was shut down after, it was found to have hacked a dead schoolgirl's phone. So I think Harry is more popular than the press, but there is definitely a pecking order there.
Pretty low bar, though, isn't it? Lucy, thank you so much for your time this evening.
Thank you.